What is good, my fellow Indians? Today, I'm sorry if my shit sounds awful. My mic's not working, so I'm probably doing it through the computer mic. I don't know. I'm not a technology dude. But I also want to say last week, Friday, I placed my first trade on my funded and it hit. It wasn't the best trade. It wasn't the worst trade. I fucked up my take profit stop loss because it's my first time on using Trade and for some reason there's no simulation account where you can just practice using the platform. So I fucked up my take profit and executions, stop loss, all that shit. But it was yeah, I don't know. It was nice to have placed a trade on my funded, and luckily mixed with the good execution, we came out profitable on our first trade, which builds up momentum. I like to win like 3 to 4 trades before losing one. That'd be nice. But yeah, I didn't trade today. The markets were looking pretty fucking choppy. It looks like it's setting up for something tomorrow, or at least definitely something on Thursday with all that news coming out on Thursday. But um, today I want to talk about expectations you should have going into trading. I know this sounds like it should be an earlier video, and this is my fifth video, but I just thought about it. I'm just thinking about this. I'm just doing this for myself. Um, and doing this for y'all if you are actually watching. Nobody's watching this shit. So yeah, it's mostly for myself. But um expectations you should have for yourself and expectations the other people around have for you and why you shouldn't succumb to their expectations of you in day trading. Obviously, we know people look at day trading and think of it as a scam, a scheme, something that's impossible. And they're fair to think that, bro. If you haven't like dug through the rabbit hole, dug into day trading, it's fair. Like I'm pretty sure I thought day trading was all just like some scam on the internet. Some dude uh racks up a couple wins, like fucking first couple trades, posts them on the internet. He's like, yeah, I'm selling the course, takes your money, teaches you nothing. It happens. That is out there. That's not day trading in its entirety. That's not even day trading. It sucks that people use it as a ploy to take other people's money and scam because it leaves a bad name on day trading. And I think it was the same with crypto, bro. People were scared of crypto because there's so many scams, schemes, all that shit, dude. But people have been day trading for like, I don't know, maybe, probably not 100 years, but at least 50 years at this point. And if you do it the right way, it's not. So, yeah, let's just not listen to anyone that's like, yo, it's a scam if you're actually trying to get into this shit. But, yeah, those are expectations that other people have of you. I also want to say you're probably a younger person, maybe living with your parents still. Um, don't expect your parents to be like, oh my God, you're day trading? Let's fucking go. I'm paying for your college and you are spending all your time researching how to day trade. Let's go. Good job. Or you are just graduating high school and your parents are expecting you to get a job and you're like, I just want to trade. I just want to learn how to day trade right now and adapt the skill. Don't expect them to be like, oh, let's go. You're making no money and investing in a skill that 99% of people cannot achieve. Let's fucking go. Not gonna think about that. Oh, you're making money off your computer? Let's go. They're not gonna be like that shit. That's not how it works, bro. They're gonna be telling you, yeah, I heard carpentry's on the rise. In we're needing some carpenters out here. We're needing some plumbers, bro. How about you invest in some trade? How about you go to college? How about you whatever? How about you focus on your studies? That is what's gonna happen. Even if they are supportive, even if you have supportive parents, don't expect them to like be like understanding what you're doing and how you're gonna manage this into a 10-year plan. Like, don't expect them to be like, Mom, I'm gonna make 7 figures in like 5 years trading. That's my goal. Don't expect them to be like understanding and completely empathetic, dude. If they're at least like not like trying to pull you out of this shit, that's a very loving and high amount of support you can get, bro. Don't expect them to be on board, empathetic in a way that sees your vision like you see it, bro. You have to have your own you have to have your own vision of this shit, and don't expect your parents or the people around you to see it the exact same way you do. They don't know shit about trading. They have their own small view on it, what they've heard from the internet, what they've heard from others. If they love you, they'll support you. They don't need to be disgustingly empathetic. And if they don't support you, you don't need to let that get in your head either if you are confident in yourself. If you're not confident in yourself, I honestly wouldn't take up to trading. That's another thing, is there are some people, not everyone can be traders. Like I like to think a sizable amount of people can be traders, but if you lack the ability to want to become more self-aware and to want to become more emotionally intelligent, I don't think you can become a trader. If you have these issues and you're not, if you have these issues trading that are these fractals that are like preventing you from becoming a consistently profitable trader, like uh you are scared of taking losses and you can't acknowledge that, or you have this like dopamine fix where you gotta always be in trades and you can't acknowledge and fix that. If you're not aware of this stuff and willing to admit it to yourself, these problems, and willing to try to fix them, you're not going to be able to become a day trader. And there are people who don't like admitting the truth to themselves. And if you are that type of person, don't day trade. This is a lot of like psychological shit and understanding yourself that you're going to go through. You can't cope with lack of self-awareness through understanding market analytics and data and analyzing a billion different indicators and using whatever, dude. You can't cope with the emotional side of trading by learning everything about the market. That's just not how it works. They coexist. They coexist. They're, wait, I'm trying to think. Are they wait, I'm trying to think of what mutually exclusive means. They are not mutually exclusive at all. Okay, there we go. They are not mutually exclusive at all. You need both of them to become a successful trader. If anything, I'd say the psychology behind it in understanding and using your emotions as signals in becoming more self-aware and emotionally intelligent is more important than understanding everything about the market. You don't need to understand everything about the market. You need to understand everything about your strategy, that one strategy you have. And I don't know, I've have one strategy. I'm looking into adding another so I can make more trades, but I'm not gonna do that for a while because I just want to be consistently profitable with this one strategy at first. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Expectations, expectations. And now I'm gonna go into expectations for yourself. A lot of people get into trading. This is not new news, bro. Pretty much everyone gets into trading because, as I said, the people online, they got their Ferraris. They're saying, oh, I got rich off trading. Let's go buy my course. You're like, wow, this guy looks like a fucking retard. Maybe you're looking at me and you're like, this guy looks like a fucking retard. But I can do what he did, but like 5 times faster. And I'm gonna be filthy rich. He has $1 million. I'm gonna make $1 million in like fucking, I'm gonna learn how to day trade in like 3 weeks. That's not gonna happen. I'm not going to say you can't have those expectations off rip, but those expectations better water themselves down the more you actually learn about trading. And you can't get hurt when you realize your expectations were fantasizations. You can't get hurt and then quit because your expectations were fucking otherworldly. They were fantasizations, literally. You gotta understand this shit. This shit takes time. It's fast. You can learn this skill to make a lot of money fast, but not like that fast. Like, I don't know. I'm, I believe, almost 5 months in, like 4 months and 3 weeks. About. I've learned a lot. I've not acquired an actual payout yet. I just placed my first trade on a funded. That's where I'm at. Almost 5 months in. I'm not rich. I don't got my Ferrari. I'll got my Ferrari 5 months in. And I'm not to say you guys can't be where I'm at faster than me, because you definitely can. Or you might not be where I'm at until a year in or 7 months in. I don't know. Um, you just gotta like not let your expectations kill you, because everyone that goes into trading has these high ass expectations. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. 5 weeks, 5 weeks. Give me 5 weeks, mom. I'm gonna be rich. And then you talk to all your boys, you talk to your parents, you're like, I'm gonna get rich off this shit. And then you look like a fucking idiot when you just quit. And what does that say to yourself about yourself? You're not gonna believe in yourself if you've already quit so many things. Quitting instills the lack of belief in yourself. So that's why you don't have unrealistic expectations off rip. You should just be excited to learn the skill of day trading. Don't think, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get rich here. I'm going to get rich here. Of course, we all go into trading to acquire money as a job. Like, this is our job. You don't go into this to get money in a couple weeks. And I hope, even if that was your goal, that as you continue learning day trading, you start falling in love with the game of it, and it just becomes fun for you. And you don't care about the money as much. I don't really even, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really think about the fact of like, I think about the like, okay, this is gonna be able to support me in my financial situation. I don't really think about like all the money you can make from trading, because you can't really make a lot of money from this shit. And I more so just think about um becoming a better trader, because becoming a better trader has helped me a lot in my life outside of trading, and it's kept me in line with becoming who I want to be as myself. And I think that's the expectation you should have of trading. Learning how to trade and becoming a consistently profitable trader will ultimately help you find more of yourself, become more of yourself, and be that person that you've envisioned yourself being in the back of your mind. Not necessarily financially wise, it probably will financially wise eventually, but that person, the characteristics they have in the back of your head, you will become that person. It is directly correlated. The person you want to become, or the person you are becoming, the person you fantasize about being. That person is so real, and day trading has been an excellent tool at manifesting my fantasization of myself into me becoming more of myself. Because this fantasization of me is who I know I can be if I become the highest version of myself, or the most me I can become. That is what the fantasization of me is that I have in the back of my mind, my idealized self. That is just the most me I can become. And I hope that you guys can use day trading as a motivation to become the most you can become, and have that expectation while doing this. Every day I'm going to become more of myself through trading. Every week I'm going to be a bit more of myself through trading. Use this as a tool to become more of yourself, to better your life, not financially at first, but then it becomes financial. I'm almost there. But anyways, I hope y'all found some use in this video. Bye. I don't think I'm gonna edit this shit at all. Damn. One take, one take, one take. Peace.